Hi students, warm greetings to you all. Today we can see chapter 2, numbers and sequences. Okay, now theorem 1, Euclid's division lemma. It is given as, defined as, let A and B, that is A should be greater than B, be any two positive integers, then there exists a unique integer Q and R such that A equal to BQ plus R, and R is greater than or equal to 0 and less than B. This is nothing but I can explain through an example. Suppose if we take 26 divided by 5. Okay, 26 divided by 5. 5 5s are 25, remainder 1. Now here 5 is the quotient and 1 is the remainder. That's what written. See here, the dividend is referred as A and quotient is referred as Q. Divisor is referred as B and remainder as 1. So any number can be written in terms of A equal to BQ plus R. Suppose if we take 36 divided by 5, 7 5s are 35. So 5 into 7 plus remainder 1. 49, 5 into 9 plus 4, remainder 4, quotient 9, divisor 5, dividend 49, 40. Here if we divide by 5, we get the remainder as 0. So 5 into 8 plus 0, remainder becomes 0. Quotient is 8. That's what given in the Euclid's lemma, that if let A and B be two any positive integers, then there exists a unique integers Q and R, that means quotient and remainder, such that A equal to B into Q plus R. அதாவது ஒரு நம்பரை வந்து நம்ம வந்து ஒரு டிவைட் பண்ணோம் அப்படின்னா அதுக்கு கோஷன்ட்டு ரிமைண்டர் கிடைக்கும். அதை இந்த ஃபார்மில் நம்ம வந்து எழுதலாம். அதை தான் யூக்ளிட்ஸ் லெம்மாலாம் கொடுத்துருக்குறாங்க. Example 2.1, we have 34 cakes. Each box can hold 5 cakes only. How many boxes we need to pack and how many cakes are unpacked? Now total number of cakes is given as 34. Number of cakes in each box is 5. So 34 divided by 5, 6 5s are 30, remainder 4. Okay. Now as I told you, by Euclid's lemma we can write that 34 equal to 5 into 6 plus 4. That's what we have written. So number of cake boxes is 6 and number of cakes remained left over is 4. Example 2.2, find the quotient and remainder when A is divided by B in the following cases. First sum, A equal to minus 12, B equal to 5. Example 2.3, show that the square of an odd integer is of the form 4q plus 1 for some integer q. Now A is given as 4q plus 1. Now let us take that A equal to 2k plus 1. Square of an odd integer, that means squaring on both sides. Odd integer, we know that suppose if 2x means it is an even number. 2 into 1, 2. 2 into 2, 4, like that. Now if I take 2x plus 1 means 2 into 1 plus 1, that is 2 plus 1, 3. Then 2 into 2 plus 1, that is 4 plus 1, 5. So when we add 1 with the even number, we get the odd number. So that's what squaring the odd integers. So odd numbers is, we can have that as 2k plus 1, squaring that a square equal to 2k plus 1 the whole square, expand according to a plus b the whole square, 2k the whole square plus 2k into 2 plus 1 plus 1 square, that is 4k square plus 4k plus 1. So taking 4k outside, k plus 1 plus 1. So it is 4 into this k plus 1, we can assume that as q. So A equal to 4q plus 1. So q equal to k into k plus 1 for some integers. Now Euclid's division algorithm. So in order to find the HCF of two numbers, so it is given as theorem 2. If A and B are two positive integers such that A equal to BQ plus R, then every common divisor of A and B is a common divisor of B and R, vice versa. So it has some steps to find out the highest common factor. So they have given us 4 steps. Okay, to find the highest common factor of two positive integers A and B where A is greater than B. Step 1. Using Euclid's division lemma, we have to find A equal to BQ plus R, where Q is the quotient and R is the remainder. Okay. Now, if R equal to 0 means then B is the highest common factor of A and B. If not, if you didn't get R equal to 0, again, in the step 2, again you have to apply the Euclid's lemma such that B equal to RQ plus R1, where R1 is greater than or equal to 0 and less than R. So in this case, if you get R1 equal to 0, then R is the highest common factor of A and B, and so on. Step 4, otherwise Euclid's division lemma should be repeated for every process until you get the remainder as 0. Then the corresponding divisor is the HCF of A and B. Example 2.4. If the highest common factor of 210 and 55 is expressible in the form of 55x minus 325, find x. Now, given that 210 and 55, take that as A. We know that A is greater than B. So, 210 equal to 55 into nearest value into 3. So, remainder 45. Now, here R is not equal to 0. So, again we have to repeat the Euclidean algorithm. So, now 55 equal to, now divisor becomes, the remainder becomes the divisor. So, 45 into 1 plus 10. 10 is the remainder. Again R is not equal to 0. Then here 45 is the dividend and 10 is the divisor. So, 10 into 40 plus 5. Here also R is not equal to 0. Then here 10 becomes the dividend and 5 becomes the divisor. So, 10 equal to 5 into 2 plus 0. Now, here we got R equal to 0. So, until we get R equal to 0, we have to follow the Euclid's lemma. Now, HCF of 210 and 55 is 5. Okay, now we want to find 55x minus 325. In this, we have to find the value of x. Okay, now here 55x minus 325 is 5. 55x equal to 330, x equal to 330 by 55. So, x equal to 6. Example 2.5. Find the greatest number that will divide 445 and 572, leaving remainders 4 and 5 respectively. Now, since the remainders are given as 4 and 5 from 445 and 572. So, 445 minus 4 is 441. 572 minus 5 is 567. Now, we have to find the HCF of 441 and 567. So, now we know that A is greater than B. So, we have to take 567 as A. So, 567 equal to 441 into 1 plus remainder 126. Now, R is not equal to 0. Now, 441 equal to 126 into 3 plus remainder as 63. So, this is R not equal to 0 again. So, 126 equal to 63 into 2 plus 0. Now, R is HCF of 441 and 567 is 63. Since we have got R equal to 0, this quotient becomes the highest common factor. Exercise 2.1. First sum. Find all the positive integers when divided by 3 leaves remainder 2. Exercise 2.1. By Euclid's lemma, we know that when it is divided by 3, that means A equal to BQ plus R, we have the number as A and 3 as the divisor and Q as quotient, plus remainder it is given as 2. So A equal to 3Q plus 2. So the positive integers divided by 3, for which the remainder is 2, means they are 2, 5, 8, 11, etc. Second sum. A man has 532 flower pots. He wants to arrange them in rows such that in each row contains 21 flower pots. Find the number of completed rows and how many flower pots are left over. Now total number of flower pots is 532. Number of flower pots in each row is 21. So here 532 is the dividend and 21 is the divisor. So nearest value, so 21 into 25 plus remainder is 7. So number of completed row is 25 and number of remaining flower pots is 7. Third sum. Prove that the product of two consecutive positive integers is divisible by 2. Now A, B, C are the integers. Now A equal to 13Q plus 9, B equal to 13Q plus 7 and C equal to 13Q plus 10. That is, it is given that when it is divided by 13, it gives the remainder 9, 7, 10. Wow, okay. Now we have assumed that as A, B, C. Now A plus B plus C. Adding up of all these numbers, 13Q plus 9 plus 13Q plus 7 plus 13Q plus 10. So 39Q plus 26. Taking 13 outside, it gives you 3Q plus 2. So A plus B plus C is divisible by 13. Since it is a multiple of 13, it is divisible by 13. Prove that the square of any integer leaves a remainder either 0 or 1 when divided by 4. Now fifth sum. If x is an integer, square of an integer is x square. Okay. Now if r is even, if x is even, x equal to 2k. Now x square equal to 2k the whole square, that is 4k square. Now 4k square is divisible by 4 since it is a multiple of 4. Now x square is divisible by 4, then remainder is 0. Now x is odd. X is odd means x equal to 2k plus 1. X square equal to 2k plus 1 the whole square, that is 4k square plus 4k plus 1. So if we take 4k outside, 4k into k plus 1 plus 1. Now that is 4q plus 1. Q value is k into k plus 1. Now here x square is divisible by 4 means remainder is 1. Sixth sum. Use Euclid's division algorithm to find the highest common factor HCF of 340 and 412. 340 and 412. Now since A is greater than B, first we can take 412 and it is divisible by, we have to divide 412 by 340, nearest values into 1 and remainder is 72. Now r not equal to 0. Again you take this 340 as the dividend and for 72 as the divisors. So 340 equal to 72 into 4 plus 52. Again r is not equal to 0. Now 72 equal to 52 into 1 plus 20. This r is not equal to 0. So 52 equal to 20 into 2 plus 12, r not equal to 0. Then again 20 equal to 12 into 1 plus 8, r not equal to 0. So 12 equal to 8 into 1 plus 4, r not equal to 0. Again 8 equal to 4 into 2 plus 0, here r equal to 0. Now HCF of 340 and 412 is 4. Now second sum, 867, 255. So A is greater than means the value of A is 867, that is equal to 255 into 3 plus 102, r not equal to 0, and take this 255 as dividend and divisor as 102. So 255 equal to 102 into 2 plus 51, r not equal to 0. So 102 equal to 51 into 2 plus 0. Now we have got the r as 0. So HCF of 867 and 255 is 51. Here how we have to find this means, for example, say 867 divided by 255, nearest value is 3. So 255 into 3 is 765. Now the remainder is 102. That's what I have written. 255 into 3 plus 100. For every sum you have to do the division like this. Third sum, 10,224. 9,648. Now 10,224 divided by 9,648 gives you quotient 1 and remainder 576. Now R not equal to 0. So 9,648 divided by 576, quotient is 16 and remainder 432. Now R not equal to 0. Now 576 divided by 432, quotient 1, remainder 144. Now here also R not equal to 0. Now 432 divided by 144, you get the quotient 3, remainder 0. Now R equal to 0. So HCF of 10,224 and 9,648 is 144. Seventh sum, find the largest number which divides 1,230 and 1,926, leaving remainder 12 in each case. Now in each cases it leaves a remainder of 12. So 1,230 minus 12 is 1,218. 1,926 minus 12 is 1,914. So HCF of 1,218 and 1,914. So 1,914 equal to 1,218 into 1 plus 696. Now R not equal to 0. So 696 equal to 1,218 equal to 696 into 1 plus 522. R not equal to 0. So 696 equal to 522 into 1 plus 174. Now again R not equal to 0. So 522 equal to 174 into 3 plus 0. Now we have got R equal to 0. So HCF of 1,218 and 1,914 is 174. Eighth sum, if D is the highest common factor of 32 and 60 and find X and Y satisfying D equal to 32X plus 60Y. Now given HCF of 32 and 60 is D. So D equal to 32X plus 60Y. By Euclid's division algorithm, 60 equal to 32 into 1 plus 28. So R not equal to 0. Now 32 equal to 28 into 1 plus 4. Now again R not equal to 0, 28 equal to 4 into 7 plus 0, R equal to 0. So HCF of 32 and 60 is 4. But given HCF of 32 and 60 is D. So we can equate both the remainders. So D equal to 4. Now D equal to 4 means 32x plus 60y equal to 4. Now let us substitute x equal to 1. When we substitute x equal to 1, 32 into 1 plus 60y equal to 4. So 65 equal to 4 minus 32. So that is equal to minus 28. So the value of y is minus 28 by 60. Now here y is not an integer. So we can substitute x equal to 2. So when we substitute x equal to 2, we get y as minus 1. So the value of x is 2. Y is minus 1. Ninth sum, a positive integer when divided by 88 gives the remainder 61. What will be the remainder when the same number is divisible by 11? When a number is divisible by 88, it gives the remainder as 61. So have the unknown number as x equal to 88 into cube plus 61. So now when we give the value of quotient as 1, x equal to 88 into 1 plus 61, that is 149. So we have to check whether this 149 is divisible by 11. Yeah, it is divisible by 11. That is R equal to 6. 10th sum, prove that two consecutive positive integers are always co-prime. Let the consecutive positive integers be x comma x plus 1. Okay, now if x is even, x equal to 2k, HCF of x is 2. Why? Because means it is divisible by 2. That means even number means it is a multiple of 2, 4, 6, 8. All the numbers are commonly divisible by 2. So HCF of even number is 2. Now let x be odd number. X equal to 2k plus 1. That is 1, 3, 5, 7. HCF of all these odd numbers is 1. So HCF of two consecutive positive integers are always co-prime.